let me just tell a little story. A year ago, I hired Jonathan Malin to do a book. He had a proposal for Cool Story Bro. And he pitched this idea. He said Black Riding Hood instead of Red Riding Hood. The theme was take a fairy tale that's kind of feminine, and I want you to make it high tea. And he said, well, instead of Red Riding Hood skipping through the forest with a Red Riding Hood to bring cookies to her grandmother or whatever, we're going to do a little black kid in the ghetto. And he's going to have he's going to be bringing his father, his uncle, chicken noodle soup. And all of the gang members in his neighborhood are werewolves. So it's not just one big bad wolf, it's a lot of wolves. And they're prowling on him. Violent, terrifying book. And I said, John, that sounds great. That sounds really good. So do that for me. Well, he did the book. He did the artwork. I looked at all 10 pages of the artwork. I said, this is magnificent. Send over the script so I can have Eric Weathers letter it. He sent over the script. And I didn't bother reading it. And I'll tell you why. Because I trust John Malin. I trust him implicitly. He's it's like if honestly, Aaron, when we do something together, which is inevitable, I'm hoping that you'll do 10 pages for me at some point. I'm not going to read your script. I don't need to. I'll read it when it's finished. I trust you. Okay. Well, I shouldn't have trusted John because when Eric finished lettering the thing, he said, I'm done. And I said, yeah, good. Thank you, Eric. He goes, anything else? I was like, no. And Eric sounded really uneasy. And I went, I'm going to go read I'm going to read the book now with the lettering. Well, John used the N-word at least 9 times over the course of 10 pages. And I suddenly realized that poor Eric Weathers, he had to letter the N-word. And he was like, and Eric is such a pro. Like, he didn't complain. He didn't howl. He's not an SJW. He didn't yip and go, this is an outrage. He just did his job like a professional and just left it up to me. Okay, Ethan, is this what you wanted? So I went to John and I called him on the carpet. I said, I really didn't think you were going to sandbag me this way by making me publish the N-word in my children's book, and he goes, well, I'm dangerous. He's like, I'm so sorry. I'm always high when I write this shit. So he goes, you can censor it if you want to. I was planning on censoring it. But the crowd, the chat, which we always listen to, said we want the original uncut, the mail-in cut, it began to be called, of Black Riding Hood. And I didn't know how to do that because it's going to appear in this collected edition. Going to be a certain level of kind of censorship there. We want it to sort of be good enough that we can, put it in the bookstore. And I decided that what we would do is we would actually produce the uncut version of Black Riding Hood for backers who insisted. All of this happened at a wonderful time because also the ComicsGate trademark litigation came into play. It became a big factor. I am now the owner of the ComicsGate trademark. It means I have to put it into commerce. I have to, do stuff with it. And one of the things that I wanted to do was make a ComicsGate label. So that's what we're doing. There is something called, we've started a new imprint here in this house, meaning me and Andrea, called ComicsGate Arena. That's the name of the imprint. ComicsGate Arena Publishing, which is CAP, isn't it? ComicsGate Arena, all caps comics. It works into the branding. Okay,
very nice. Yeah.
John Malin's uncensored Black Riding Hood, the mail-in cut, is ComicsGate Arena Publishing #1, and here it is. This is now in the house. People who backed it. The great thing about what we're going to do here, okay, is that we are going to make ComicsGate Arena. Look at our cool logo, by the way. ComicsGate Arena. Isn't that great?
I just like to say I got my shipping notification yesterday for it, so I'm very excited.
Wow,
nice! I can't wait to read it. Look how black and orange it is. It's a Halloween story.
Yeah.
Look at this. I was raised by the wolves. This is my favorite part, by the way. Turn a page. Hi, ComicsGate. Okay, this is us saying hello. This is ComicsGate. This is for you. These comics are for you, and it's absolutely beautiful. It's got John's story. I don't want to spoil it for anyone. But it's got it colored and lettered, and then it's also got it again just in black and white. Afterwards, you can enjoy John Malin's line artwork.
Nice.
But what we're going to do here from here on out with ComicsGate Arena Publishing is we're going to do over the top, no censorship, whatever you want to do. I'm not going to do stuff that's illegal. Okay, so that's one thing.
Right.
But other than that, anything goes. You know, you can take it as far as Quentin Tarantino. You can do whatever you want to do with these comics. As long as I have my approval, I will publish them. And then what we will do is we will do limited. By the way, if we're publishing them, here's the thing: we'll make a deal because I'll pay you for it, but I'm going to own the story. So that's going to be the only thing. But we'll do limited editions. So I'll run the campaign for a week, a month, 2 weeks, however long it's going to be, and then we're going to print the order. This comic book sold 1,247 copies. We printed 1,400. John Malin received 100 copies for his comps that he'll be marking up and selling. You guys will be receiving yours. The backers are getting yours. I have 27 copies, and that's it. That's all there is, and there won't be any more. We're going to keep them strictly limited. If you back these, they're going to be collector's items. Never, ever, ever miss out on a ComicsGate Arena book because you can take our word for it. They are going to be strictly limited. This story will be published in a censored format in Cool Story Bro, but this book right here, that's it. This is all there's going to be. People who back them will be getting them probably tomorrow, I would think. I think 800 out of the 1,200 and what was it? 1,273 is the number. 1,273 went out already, so you guys should be getting them soon. And can I take your N word for it? Yes, you sure can.
So are those like 20-page stories? Is that the deal, or what? Well, how do you figure it?
This is a 10-page story that's
right,
repeated.
but you printed it twice in there, so it's a 20-page book.
Right, it's a 20-page book, but also, you know, it's got some design work. John Malin's ad. There's I think it's 24 pages total. John Malin wrote an essay about how he was being restricted and confined by me, and what a monster I am, and how he finally fought for his freedom. Yeah, Black Riding Hood. And we're gonna do more. I want to do. I came up with this story called Elephant, which I really want to do. It's like a story of a circus animal. It's like a Michael Myers kind of Friday the 13th serial killer story, but it's about a circus animal's revenge. I want to call it Elephant, but Elephant is trademarked. I did research. I typed in the USPTO search Elephant to make sure that I wasn't going to be sued, and it came right up. I think Toyota owns it or something like that. It's a kind of tire or it's kind of truck or something like that. And I went, I got to retitle this shit, which is a shame because I really like the word Elephant.
Yeah.
But that's what you do so that you don't lose your business. You know,
Could you
all.
spell it like hell-fent? Or
Hell,
like
I could
that,
do that, or yeah, I mean, I could, you know, there are a bunch of different things, but like, I don't even want to come close to being sued by an enormous car manufacturer. So, you know, I could be like the tops of Elephant, you know, it's like that still might get me sued.
Right.
So I gotta think of something else.
Are the stories that you're going to be doing in this, or that you're looking for, are they all going to be sort of like mature reader type stuff, or can they be anything?
They can be anything. They just got to look like I'm going to make a lot of money by publishing them.
Right.
That's all it is. You know, it's like I'm not going to take just anything. It has to be the creme de la creme. I mean, obviously, the first one is John Malin doing a story about a little black kid with Mac 11s or Mac 10s in the ghetto fighting werewolves. I mean, that doesn't get any fucking cooler than you can't get cooler than that. So that's the level that we're looking for. The cream will have to rise to that level in order to be in a ComicsGate Arena, you know, book. But yeah, like if I approve of it, you're going to get a page rate, and you will receive 100 copies of the book. We will strictly limit it. I will make my money selling it through a crowdfund, and I'll keep everything except for the printing costs. So that's what you'll get. You'll get a page rate. You'll get 100 copies, and that's the deal that I'm offering there. So, yeah, Heckafint would be good.
Heckafint. Elefino, maybe? Change it to a rhino, though.
Purgatoriaderm. Purgatoriderm.
That's a mouthful.
That's a mouthful.
It's
Oh,
just,
my
you know,
goodness.
yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, it should be a good thing. I just, you know, we got to do ComicsGate books. There are a lot of people who say, boy, ComicsGate should be kind of Image. I don't know if it should be Image, but I like the idea of there being like a central place, like a publisher that where, you know, all ComicsGate creators could possibly be, like a stage. That's why it's called ComicsGate Arena. It's literally, there's an arena and there's the central battleground where you, the creator, will be performing. And we will kill you if you lose. So let me see. Here is
in the arena, man. No, I think it's a great idea, and it's excellent that I mean, you're the guy obviously to get behind it and make that happen. And I think that's a really good idea because you can get short stories from, you know, top creators in CG doing great stuff, and I mean, both parties benefit from it. So
best of the best, and that's the plan. Gary Martin, by the way. I want to see Aaron do a CG arena story with Kit Carter using the F word. By the way, you don't have to. You don't have to do that.
She doesn't have to curse at all. She just has to have her ankles behind her head in one shot.
Oh, for crying out loud. Come on now.
I would sell a few copies.